What's up, Smashers? I'm Zach.
And I'm Aposl, and we're here with Video Game Boot Camp.
And this is the weekly Smash 4 update, episode 12.
Smash 4 update.
Monday, we have two pictures, one of Little Mac doing his aerial, and one of Little Mac uppercutting Mega Man. Sakurai is quoted as saying, Little Mac can deliver some solid punches while fighting on the ground. However, he's not the strongest fighter while airborne. Try keeping his feet on the ground and avoid being blasted into the air when you use him in battles. The point of these two contrasting images seems to be to emphasize the fact that Little Mac is going to be a ground-based fighter and that he's going to be very weak in the air. From the very reveal of Little Mac being a playable character in the game, this concept is constantly being shoved down our throats. His ground game will be good, his air game is going to be bad. Simple as that.
Tuesday! Hey look, a bottle! On Tuesday, Sakurai revealed a new special item, the fairy bottle. My guess is that it's from Legend of Zelda, right? And it says that it heals fighters that have accumulated up to 100% damage. This concept isn't really new in Smash. We've seen the heart container, which healed all of your percent in 64 and maybe even Melee too. It only healed 100% up in Brawl, so this is probably just a reiteration of that, but, you know, not a heart. Instead, it's gonna become this fairy bottle. Other than that, really not much to talk about. This is your standard healing item, kind of like food or the Maxim tomato. Just gonna make item play fun.
Wednesday, the Nintendogs stage. Sakurai says, this dog is huge. Wait, no. The playable characters are small. The Smash Bros. Series doesn't always stay true to scale. Ironically, King Dedede is closer to scale on this stage than any other ones in the Smash Bros. Series. His true height is somewhere around 16 centimeters because he's about double the height of 8 centimeter Kirby. Mega Man, however, is pretty small. He's not supposed to look that small next to a puppy.
Thursday, Little Mac is still little.
Friday, we have Diddy Kong. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with his arms? Sakurai says, we've increased Diddy Kong's flexibility this time. This picture shows how far his punches stretch during his strong side attack. If Diddy plays similar to the way he plays in Brawl, this is going to make him a lot better. One of Diddy's strongest aspects is that his moves have really high priority. Increasing the range on his moves is going to make him a complete pain to play against. Along with the announcement of this character is the fact that this probably dispels the myth that Diddy and Dixie were going to be like a tag team duo. The only thing that has me keeping my fingers crossed is the fact they haven't revealed Sheik, and she's usually directly connected to Zelda, so that's the only chance that maybe they're still holding out Dixie as the tag team partner for Diddy. Lastly, I would just like to say I'm very interested in seeing the development of Diddy's personality. We've seen a couple of pictures where Donkey Kong was making hilarious faces in different scenarios, and I just wonder if they're going to do the same thing with Diddy Kong.
So last week we asked you guys what you thought about the inclusion of one-hit KOs in Smash 4, specifically Little Mac's one-hit knockout punch.
We wanted to know if you thought it was good or bad for competitive play.
Yeah, we got a lot of really good comments from you guys, a lot of differing perspectives, and a lot of insight too. For instance, we didn't even consider the fact that Jigglypuff and Luigi and Game & Watch, they all pretty much have the same thing, right? Even Peach to a lesser extent with her Stitch face. There's already a lot of cheapness in Brawl, or in any Smash game.
Yeah, I think the fact that a lot of people were saying the reason it shouldn't be in it was it's too much of a game changer, it was too OP, that kind of thought process behind why it shouldn't be in it. But the truth is, even in Melee, where Jigglypuff can combo like the top tier characters in a lot of scenarios easily into it, still doesn't make Jigglypuff the best character. It's not that strong of a mechanic.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be a lot harder to hit than rest even, just because you probably will have to build up the momentum. As a lot of people said in the comments, they realize that it is the same kind of system, theoretically, from Punch-Out and Super Punch-Out. Some people noted that he might take some meter as he charges it up. So it's kind of like Ike's eruption from Brawl, where he kind of stands in place and he can erupt. But I don't really buy that because it sounds like he's mobile. I don't think he's just kind of stuck in one place. So honestly, it's way too early to tell. I'm sure that Sakurai is going to update us soon in the future, but until then, all we can really do is speculate. So thank you guys for your comments. We really appreciated it. This week, our question revolves around the newly revealed character, Diddy Kong. As we said before, there were a lot of whispers discussing about how Diddy might be a tag team character with Dixie Kong in the next game. Now, some of this might have just been hype for Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which just came out, but apparently it was leaked by a pretty reliable source, so we want to keep some investment in it. As we've talked about on a previous episode, though, for Dixie Kong to come in, one of Diddy Kong's extremely effective special moves is probably going to be replaced. So this week's question is kind of open-ended. How do you think the inclusion of Dixie would change the way Diddy plays?
Don't forget to answer the question in the comments below. Like the video, and if you like what we're doing here in the weekly Smash 4 update, please subscribe to the channel. See you next week!